My name is Uchieng Ukech. I'm, uh, I'm a South Sudanese living in Kakuma refugee camp, of course as a refugee. My connection with FilmAid dated back in 2014, 2015, when I joined the film training program as a student. So I was trained like for 1 year before I started doing my own films. And within the span of that 1 year, I managed to do my own film. That is December 15, one of the best films that was created by FilmAid student by then. And of course, it has won an award in South Sudan, as well as the FilmAid Film Festival back in Kakuma in 2015. FilmAid is really, really important to me because, of course, I'm a big beneficiary because after my high school, they had a program whereby refugees who really needed to do storytelling or to do filmmaking as a career were given a platform. So that was really important for me because it really started my career as a filmmaker, and I'm really thankful for that. And so far, I've done few stories within the camp, and all the stories that I've done within the camp, of course, with the help of the FilmAid Kakuma. And apart from me speaking for myself, FilmAid is also very important, especially for the refugees, because the vital role they do to the refugees, that is giving information. Anytime any agencies need to give information to the refugees, FilmAid is the right organization in the camp to inform the refugees, to engage the refugees, to educate the refugees, and also to entertain. So apart from FilmAid being important to me, it has also been very important to my community and the refugees within the Kakuma refugee camp. My first memory with FilmAid, I think this is an amazing one. So I'll talk about like when I was a kid in the camp. Of course, the best thing we used to do is play soccer. We used to make some paper bags, put them together, and then make a ball out of it. So this time we were playing in the field that is not very far from home, of course. And then one of my friends saw the truck, and then the truck was coming, and then all the kids there's a lot of ululation, noise, like every kid was shouting, FilmAid, 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 FilmAid. And we were not really left behind. Like we left the balls, we left the game, and then we rushed toward the truck. So when we got to the truck, of course, the screening was still being set up, and we really sat down patiently waiting for the setup to be done and get to feel the experience. So we sat down and we waited because the screening starts in the evening. So when the screening started, of course, we watched cartoon. Then after the cartoon, we had like some educational content. And then later on at night, we had a film. I remember the film was called Yellow Card, the Tiani. It's, I think, Zimbabwean film, yeah, something like that. And it was really amazing. And what I liked about the screening mostly is how the staff of FilmAid could take care of kids, just in case a kid goes missing or maybe they are left behind and they don't know where their home is. The security will come and then they will ask the kid, and then, or maybe they will call a community leader and then direct the kid back to their parents. That was really, really an amazing thing. Storytelling is important to me because, of course, I'm a filmmaker and I really need to tell stories. And the more I tell stories, the more I feel like people get educated and people get to understand themselves. Because when you tell your own story, you'll make others understand how you behave, how you live, and they'll learn from it and see on how they can pick something to learn from whatever that you are telling. So I feel like storytelling is important because it educates, communicates vital information, and also entertain. Yeah, that is from my side. I feel like that is why it is really important. And the other thing is, I feel like storytelling is really, really important to me because, of course, there is a lot of perception about the refugees, how the refugees look like, and how the refugees should look like, and all that. So through us telling the stories of refugees, I think we get to understand how the refugees operate, they do their thing, they eat, the culture, the way they mix with other fellow refugees from different countries, different cultures. And it's really, really, really important when we tell all those stories. And I used to tell myself, like, we have more than 500,000 refugees within Kenya, that is Kakuma, and that are more than 500,000. And all these people came from their home because of one or two reasons. And then I will say, I think we as filmmakers, we are really behind in telling those stories, because if we have 500,000 refugees or 500,000 plus refugees, then I guess we have 500,000 plus stories to tell, because everybody who is in the camp came with a reason. And that is what we want to understand. Because the moment we understand the reasons why there is crisis, the easier we can solve those problems. Over 500,000 refugees equals to over 500,000 storytelling. And that's why we need to support the next generation of filmmakers, because stories are power.